Isn't she a beauty? Oh, we love Haley. If you know, those of you that were at the athletic banquet on Friday, Haley has starred as quite a few characters, I would say. One of the characters in the athletic banquet video was what? Cinderella, right? And she was accompanied by Prince Charming. Thank you, Nathan. We'll give you some more. There he goes, turning red. And Haley also during the musical starred as Mrs. Potts, right? We love that character. Yep. And she, at our December winter formal dance, she dressed up as what?
Elsa.
Princess Elsa. Or Queen Elsa, I don't know what she is now, but you know, so the movie Frozen. So regardless, the other day I was talking to a co-teacher, and we were talking about Haley, and one of the teachers said, she's just like a fairy godmother. And I'm like, that's exactly right. She is. She has this wisdom, she has this insight, she has this depth where she seems way mature beyond her years. She has this steadfastness that when you're around her, you just know things are going to be okay. And that's something she's offered to this class. And even as that character in Mrs. Potts, she's someone who's always looking at things through a positive lens. And Haley just brings a lot to this group, I know, but also to your teachers and anyone who's around you. Another piece about Haley, that if you've been to any of the art shows, is that she's extremely gifted in art. She has made, I don't even know how she comes up with some of these amazing ideas, but we had a mixed media project, and she decided that she was going to rip apart a canvas and then melt candle and crayon wax onto it and add yarn and add like string, and she just came with all these different types of materials that you would never dream of putting together. And that's just who Haley is. She loves making beautiful things. She loves making people feel beautiful when they're around her. So something that we often think about with fairy godmothers is magic, right? And in any movie that you watch with a fairy godmother offers up these like wishes, right? And usually the wishes are based in this idea of magic that she would be able to offer. And something that's so cool that when we talk about, like I know in some of our religion classes, and maybe you guys have talked a little bit about this in Women and Men class too, but talking about how we all desire to be a part of these fantasies and fairy tales because we're all yearning for something magical to happen in our lives. And we're all yearning for something that could be greater than ourselves. And that's because we were made for a greater story, a story that doesn't make sense. And so when we think about that, Haley, I just hope you know that this type of persona that you have is one that I really pray that God continues to use as you share magic with the people around you, not because of your own gifting and abilities, but because God's love and grace is being worked through you, and you're allowing people to see those magical things around them. So there's a verse that comes from Ephesians 3:20, and it says, "Now to him who's able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is worked within us." I want you to think about that as you hear this award, because it's more than we can imagine, which means it's magical. Haley gets the most likely to create magic wherever she goes.